This video was created to help students and their families plan ahead and to learn about what they can do and successfully transition from school to living to working in the community. My name is Stephanie, and I've been working at the Disney store ever since I was in school. I've been working at Children's Hospital 1 month before I left the adult transition. Brock started working at North Coast Electrics 4 months before leaving school. Clay is working part-time at Auntie Anne's and Wine Styles and is looking for a third job. Chris is currently working at Skip Rock Distillers and will be exiting school next year. John is working at Snohomish County, and he went to college after high school, has authored a book, and purchased his own condo. We hope that the stories you hear will help you be prepared for your future.
When we first started, very difficult because she was born in '91, so no internet. So it made it very difficult. We just had to kind of go a little bit by what we heard. Hard to find things, go to libraries. Now everything's on the internet. Very, very easy.
I actually have two trusts set up. The first one is through the state of Washington, the ARC of Washington State, and it's the Developmental Disabilities Life Opportunities Trust, Washington State Developmental Disabilities Endowment Trust Fund. And I set that up for John a long time ago. But you only have to contribute a small amount, like $25 a month. You can contribute whatever you'd like. So that's nice to know that that's there and available.
The idea of transition probably started in about 7th grade. Thought of it was very scary. So what we got the last year of school with the planning was huge, and that was where it really all started to make sense and didn't seem so overwhelming.
I believe a pivotal moment for me was during my 8th grade years when I not only took a lot of mainstream classes but also engaged in school activities.
High school is really the focus on getting them prepared for adult life, and the transition becomes even more important. So when I have my students, I look at each of them and I think about what their skills are, what potential jobs they could have. I start taking them out into the community for job training and also for being a part of the community and leisure activities like going to Starbucks. Can they order drinks? Can they be a part of the community? And so involving the parents, what ideas do they have? They'd like to see their students learn.
So a pivotal moment for me for John was when he was in high school and we were attending his yearly IEP meeting. And his high school teacher said, "Have you thought about John's going on for higher education?" And at that time, that had not even crossed my mind. Being able to have that relationship with that teacher and having them give us ideas and guidance and helping us through the transition years was very helpful.
I've been really fortunate for Christopher to have a teacher like Judy Charette, because she's been with me through a lot.
With Christopher, I really like the way the family worked on his independence. He is an independent student. He can't do everything, but he is willing to try everything, and they followed up at home, because after the student leaves, I don't know what happens. The family has to start taking over and start finding out, what is out there for Chris? What's next? There's not a cliff, and so agencies get more involved.
There was 5 different between the job coaching company, DSHS, DDD, the school system.
Was DVR?
DVR, the whole group, the team coming together, and in our home, which was so comfortable.
Yeah.
It made it, and then welcoming as a group, as a team, you that coached us as a team, invited other people that knew Brockwell to come in. That experience really made us excited, actually, for Brock's future.
My motivation is that I want Christopher to be able to go out and do things as he gets older. I know he's going to be out of school, then after school what? He's not, he needs to find things to do. So right now, I was fortunate enough that I have a brother who said, here's a job for Chris.
We were talking about different things about how he's looking for a job and, kind of that progression from school to life after school and, a job and kind of different responsibilities. And so after a while, we kind of realized, hey, it might be something available here.
That's the most success I've seen, is when families can think of somebody they know, a connection of who they know. Do they have an opening? We can carve out a job for a student. They're not going to be able to do the whole job, but they can do pieces of a job.
So right now he's really helping us with kind of some of the general cleaning, which we all do, and help sweep the floors and keep the things looking neat and tidy. Working on the finer motor skills actually with washing windows and stuff. Put together boxes, which has been a big help, and so we've got we box all of our products up. We do it all by hand, and then pretty soon we're going to start doing a lot more bottling, and he'll be able to join the bottling line with us, corking the products, putting the bottles into the cases, help putting those together, push it down the line, let the next person do their task. So that'll be a lot of help having him involved with that.
An agency was set up. Work study student is involved now with Chris, taking him to a work site.
On a typical day, with Christopher, I come to work, and then I meet up with Christopher, and we've kind of developed a routine. So I work with him, but the goal essentially is to be able to have him develop that routine enough so he doesn't have to have me there, and he can kind of just do it himself.
I put stickers on the bottles of wine. Yeah, I'm working on a third job, but I'm going to keep that job until I get a new job and it sticks.
I got to announce the coffee cart and putting together the charts for the patients just in case they need to check in, and restocking the supplies and cleaning the charts to get all the sticky tape off of here.
Right.
And then I got to write an initial on my pink slip, for the platelets or a bag of blood or something.
His dad works for this company, so North Coast Electric, and the owner, CEO of the company, when he heard that there were through DDD, that there was some services that may be available to Brock if he had a paying job before he was done with school, the CEO of the company said absolutely 100%, if he needs to work full-time he can. So they stepped in, and they needed Brock too to help in the office.
I guess my only fear, and I don't fear a lot of things in life, was just his motor skill capability, and what would he really actually be able to do at North Coast Electric to contribute. And with the help of Travis, I found his motor skills to be improving.
Since Brock has a difficulty with perception of depth and height, one of the tasks, and again it seems simple, but it's a big step now that he understands this, he would put his chair here, which is obviously too far back for comfortably getting the papers in. So now Brock knows to have his chair up here to where it's easier to get the papers in.
I realized Brock had all the motivation to continue to put these papers in the bin, and yet no understanding of how to grasp the paper properly. It's understanding how heavy something is, how many of things there are. So what he's doing now translates over, it's going to translate over into doing any task.
Our company has found things for him that are benefit to us to have him do, And so those fears are gone because he's really, really come a long way.
Him getting a job has been unbelievable. So we're seeing now what we should probably have been doing a little bit sooner, but we're stepping away, watching him work with Travis, and not, you know, I leave him in the parking lot and I get in my car and he's on his own.
My immediate goal is to take Brock's raw potential, work on that, and have an outcome with every meeting that we have, and have a long-term outcome.
And what I have found with Brock here is he has become more independent by working at North Coast, and his acceptance has changed his life, in my opinion, very much so.
Oh, I take 2 buses. I had to transfer buses over to Lake City, over to the hospital.
He and I, you know, drove up there and found out where the bus would land him, where he'd need to go from there, or we've taken the bus with him the first time he was going someplace new, and just so that he would know. But John has learned to navigate the bus system so incredibly well over the years that I call him and ask him for advice about how to get around on the bus, because he's the expert.
So I just rolled my wheelchair down. Now it takes me an hour because I moved just a couple of weeks ago into Linwood, so it takes me an hour to get to work. It takes me 2 buses.
The more you want your child to succeed, the more you do, the farther you push them harder and harder, and sometimes it's the worst and you don't want to do it, but you have to.
Take a deep breath. Takes a lot of time, and just there's people that you can call, and once you find the one person, you know, that person usually knows somebody else, and then the person knows somebody else, and eventually you will find, you know, an idea or something, you know, somewhere that you can go to.
If I could go backwards, it would be to have someone push me a little bit harder or give me more advice on letting them be more independent. Younger, especially starting at least at junior high school. And it's so contrary to what you feel, especially as a mother, I suppose. Your instincts are to protect and to kind of baby them, maybe. And that's the easiest way to do it. I think it's harder to let go and let there be independence, but Brock has shown me that he was ready, you know, probably a long time ago. I wasn't ready, but so he's making up for lost ground that I probably held back. But that would be my biggest piece of advice is, although it doesn't feel natural, would be to let them have some independence, even if it's little bits along the way.
It might take time, but you need to work on the skills and stay with it.
Don't follow your dream, lead it. Like, go make it happen. Don't procrastinate and just leave it. Go do it.
Don't give up, because there is a job for everyone.
you.